Hello and welcome to the ESOC stream. We're going to be streaming Ageofkiller versus Migo today. SKG versus CMC, CMC being Migo, and I'm joined by Kaiserklein.
Yeah, hello everyone. So indeed, just the second week of the EPL, right?
Second week, yeah. So it's hotting up a bit now. I think overall CMC are ahead by 2 points. So Breeze might have to play quite well here and get a couple of points on the board for his team. But obviously you're in favour of CMC, seeing as you're the champion for them.
Yeah, if I said I was rooting for SKG, I would be lying a little bit, I think. But well, either way, so we start with a German mirror on Arkansas, which is the first map of the map pool. So quite a standard map, really, and Germany does well in this kind of map overall, so they decided to mirror.
Yeah, and 100 wood start, so we won't see a TP down unless someone gets a food crate. Oh, a wood treasure. Sorry, not a wood crate, my mistake. But overall, I don't know who's better in this matchup. I think maybe Migo, because obviously Bruce likes playing Portugal. I think Ottomans is one of his civs Bruce can play. But
I think Breeze does play some Germany, but Germany is probably one of Migo's main civs. So yeah, I dare to say that Migo should be more experienced maybe in this matchup, but we'll see.
yeah, exactly.
Sorry, my game is taking around like forever to load because yeah, I'm not on my normal computer right now. So now I'm recording the game, and hopefully we can start soon.
Do you know how long's left on your update for your computer? As I know you had a problem.
My update on my other comp is at 22%.
Oh my god.
Taking like forever. I don't know what this update is, but it has to be something big. But yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Fine.
Maybe it'll be done at the end of this one and then we can switch and it won't be as long.
Yeah, hopefully I can switch comp next game. But,
there you go, you're in. Hopefully it doesn't lag.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't lag. So if it does lag, I just leave, I guess. But
you leave and we can screen share or something. Yes. Oh, there we go. Doesn't seem to be lagging, so. So yeah, as you were saying, German Mirror may be slightly favoured for Migo, as he likes playing Germany. And Breeze not as experienced in Civ.
Yeah. Then again, Breeze played more Germany recently, I believe. So he should still know how to play that. But we'll see.
Yeah, you might have to tab out then.
Yeah, I mean, it's the start.
Well, so yeah, you might as well see.
We need to wait at least like 1 minute or something and see if I actually lag. But it does look like, holy shit, this is bad.
Yeah.
It's
not great, is it?
I didn't want to actually go on this computer at all, but yeah, that update is just killing me. So let's give it like 30 seconds, and then I'm just gonna go out, I guess, if it doesn't get better.
And then do you want a screen share, or should I just solo cast?
If you can screen share, it would be good.
We're screen share instead. Hopefully
all right.
You won't do anything bad.
Just wait though. No, I think it's still laggy, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask them.
Yeah, Migo's just saying it's just too much. So if you back out, I'll pause the game. And
yeah, just pause. I'm out. It's not the first time I have to cast and then randomly my comp just starts a huge update like that. It's just extremely annoying. Like, just the worst time. What?
Is that working?
Oh wait, you're screen sharing now. Yeah, but first we should resign and yeah, I can see it. It's good, but we should let them play. So just impose whenever, I guess. I mean, ask them and.
Are you ready? Yes.
There you go. Hopefully it's not lagging.
All right.
There's gonna be a bit of lag when you come out. Can you see it all right? Is it fine for you?
Yeah, this is good. The screen share is really good. So yeah.
So yeah, as I was saying, maybe slightly inclined to Migo, but as you said, Breeze practicing. And he's also going to get 60 food, which is nice. And Migo hasn't found a single one treasure himself. He's going to get the
Oh.
Tomahawk treasure, which is actually increasingly nice for Germany against
Yeah,
Germany.
it's really nice in this mirror because you can maybe deny the trading post with that net. Not necessarily, depends on how much HP Breeze will have on his Explorer and that kind of stuff. But it might be a good advantage for Migo if he can deny the TP, at least for like delay it, force Germany to wait force Breeze to wait until he's got like 2 Ulans and can deal with the Tomahawk and then go TP, something like that. So we'll have to see. Breeze does get some food, right? Which is also nice. And what is this now? Is it
80 XP, yeah. So it's basically like 100 XP when he kills the wolves, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
And he, I believe, there's a CDB treasure over on the right here. Yeah, there is. So if he finds that, he'd be incredibly pleased. I mean, that's one of the best treasures you can get on the map. This 235 coins is a bit naff. Bear Cub isn't particularly useful. So really, the only treasures as a scout up here. Scout's always nice.
Yeah, that is nice as well. But the CDB is really good, but it's also very hard to pick up. And since Brace is not full HP anymore, he would need to micro really well. And then there's still the Tomahawk on the map. Like, I don't think I would try to take that treasure when I know my opponent has a Tomahawk, right? It's kind of risky. But either way.
Yeah, he's just going to sit the Tomahawk on this trading post down here on the bottom right, isn't he? So,
yeah.
But both players going with 2 settler wagons, sort of generic shit when you expect it. And their deck's about the same. The only difference I can see is the Hussars in the 4th age for Breeze and these 2 infantry upgrades, the Doppel Soldier upgrades. Actually, both of them have it, so it's only the Hussars, which I don't think you'll see being played at all anyway. So.
And Braze is aging up already quite earlier than Migo. Did Migo go from... Yeah, Migo's got a market. Okay, so did he get hunting ducks? I guess he did, right?
He did as well, but you have to remember the 60 food.
Yeah, sure, but there was like almost 200 food of a difference, so I was a little bit confused about that, but it's just because, Migo went for market while Breeze just went for the age up, so Breeze is going to age up maybe 10 seconds faster, but he's going to struggle to get both the market and the TP in transition. You have to then chop a lot, and it just hurts your first batch.
Well, he's got trouble getting the TP down anyway. Is he going to die from this Tomahawk? He's 200 HP. I mean,
I don't think you can actually build that now. I mean, I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. He's going to melee, which is good because it negates the 10% range resist when he sends his Explorer in melee. Tomahawk in melee doesn't actually matter. It does the same at range, but it's gonna go down. Surely this TP will not go up,
and huge.
And he will be able to siege it down maybe a little bit as well. But then again, when the Explorer is revived, he will be... Yeah, and the thing is that Migo now has to go for TP himself, right? So it's not too bad for Breeze because they're going to have their TP up at roughly the same time. So it's not the end of the world.
He won't lose his Settler Wagon. Settler Wagon's way too tanky. Although the Tomahawk does... Actually, no, he'll be fine. He can be completely fine.
Yeah.
But... yeah, he's denying it a bit, but as you said, maybe Migo using his... I think, actually, to be honest, I'm going to get the same pass. So...
Yeah, they get pretty much the same XP at this point. But the thing is that, Migo did get an extra 45 XP from killing the Explorer and forced the Settler Wagon to go walk down there. But it's not too big of a deal either way. Like this was kind of like... It was good for Migo, but then again, Breeze aged up earlier, which is also good for him. But he doesn't. Does he have a market now? Yeah, he does. What upgrades does Breeze have?
Just hunting dogs and placer mines, and still traps coming in for Migo, which is... Although still traps coming in for Breeze as well. So both players going through that. And
I feel like Breeze is gonna get 2 or 3 dubs out or something like that, because unless he delays the batch, because right now he's not queuing dubs. Because getting steel traps is kind of greedy. Even in a standard German game, getting steel traps that early is kind of greedy. So when you had to build parts of your TP and your market in transition, and then you also get steel traps, the batch you get is ridiculous. Really, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad batch for Breeze 100%. And Migo should get a better batch and a bit earlier as well. And now a bit of a fight here. Somehow...
How did Migo get such a nice trade on that Ulan?
Yeah, somehow.
He didn't lose like any HP. I don't really understand that. But that Ulan is probably going to go down. I mean, there's TC fire, but he hasn't got any villagers in there. He's not going to lose the village of his own. He might lose these 2 lands. No, he's going to get away quite easily.
Yeah, Great's gonna get 1 Ulan back from that, so still good for Migo. He killed the Explorer and he killed 2 Ulans and a half, but not the end of the world. And then yeah, you see just 3 Dops popping really late. Usually you can see them 30 seconds earlier, but yeah, they're just really late, and it's only 3 of them. So it's not a great first patch for Breeze here as a result of not going for the market in H1. And I don't know how many dubs Migo has.
He has
Did
none.
Just cancel
He
dubs and he
cancelled them.
ages, or?
He's going to age. Yeah, look at the resources. 870 food and 700 gold, which is not too far away from aging himself. And Breeze, on the other hand, is still queuing up Dops. He's going to go forward to the TC. I mean, the thing about Dops is they die in 3 shots from the TC, don't they? So
I think he wants to go for the TP actually. But I don't know if he knows that it's the middle one. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for the left TP, which is no,
he's going for the one.
no, it's just a pathing around the trees. Not okay. No, he knows about that. Yeah, maybe he scouted it. Either way, he's probably gonna go siege that down, which is nice. But then again, Miko is getting away with going for a super greedy naked FF3 settler wagon 700 wood, kind of like the most comfortable FF you can do as Germany.
Yeah,
and he will still have a shipment ready, even though he's gonna lose his TP. So he can even rebuild the TP soon when he gets the Explorer back. And then Breeze is gonna be just quite behind, I believe, because his dubs are not gonna achieve too much, and he's nowhere near really aging himself. Although I think, yeah, he might just age now, but he's still gonna be a bit behind. And then he will have dubs in Fortress, which is not always ideal. Bit of a fight here.
Yeah, Migo nearly getting a villager down. But yeah, Breeze, even though he's got this dot production, he's only got how many? He's only got 4 dots. Oh no, 7 dots out. I thought he only had 4 for some reason. But again, what's he gonna do against the units in queue here? I mean, there's gonna be skirmishers and there's war wagons in queue. War wagons are just gonna pop, I think, or maybe even skirmishers. And
he can just get 1 house down or something like that, and then he will have to retreat basically.
Yeah, but that doesn't even buy very much. I mean, it'd be bad if Germany didn't have the housing population it does. He might get 2, but he's still not going to be popped. There's the 5 skirms. He has to go back.
Yeah, and the thing is that he's going to get hunt down by the 3 war wagons, right? You could say, yeah, it's okay. He killed 2 houses and then he just goes back, right? So he did some damage, but he should probably lose all these dubs. If Migo just does a good job of hunting them down with the war wagons, they should probably all just die. So, but he's a bit shy there. Maybe afraid of some Ulands or something like that. So not quite gonna kill the dubs, and at the end of the day, it's really not too bad for Breeze. I mean, he's up now. He didn't lose his units. He got 2 houses and a TP down, so maybe Breeze in a good position after all. If he lost all of these dubs, which in my opinion he should have, it would have been definitely better for Migo. Either way, though,
saying that as well,
there's sort of a window now for Migo to do some damage, maybe.
Migo's sort of a shipment ahead as well, you have to remember, because even though that TP's been up for longer, he hasn't sent 700 gold, and he just sent 3 war wagons instead, which obviously is a better shipment. So, Migo might be slightly ahead on the shipment curve, but with that TP down the bottom, it's going to end up just being in Breeze's favour if he holds on here.
The thing, though, is that because Breeze has some dubs, he can just go 8 skirms first card and then get the skirm advantage, and Migo just has to go back, right? He can't really fight that army now because there's some dubs. So, but he does kill a few. He sniped the 3 Ulans with his war wagons and lost only like 1 skirm and maybe 1 Ulan himself. So still a good trade for Migo here. Also forcing some idle time. Meanwhile, there's a raid though, and I don't know if it killed any Vil in Migo's base.
Yeah, I don't know. Could you do me a favor?
Oh, wait. That's a bit sloppy from Migo here. Just give some free kills.
Could you check the media Discord? Because someone tagged me and I can't check it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that.
But yeah, 8 skirms coming out from Migo, and just look at the military units. It's equal in skirm numbers, but 9 war wagons to 4 war wagons and Breeze. Obviously, Breeze not sending his 3 war wagon card yet.
So you're missing the donation bar.
I will put it up in a second. I need to do it. I know how to do it. It's fine.
That's what they're saying. War wagons, war wagons, and not really the greatest unit in game and Miro, really. They don't do too well against Ulans, and like they are the counter, but in fact don't really counter Ulans unless you go in melee mode or something, but it's like just kind of an awkward unit, really. And they just get focused down so fast by the skirm, so I don't really know why they... Well, at least why Migo is making that many war wagons, but we'll see. Maybe it works. Maybe he can get the Jaegers to go together with the war wagons, and then it's a decent unit composition. Even though I still feel like just mass Ulan would clean this up, but well, they're both going for sort of skirm war wagon there.
Yeah, and these dops at the back, maybe not particularly most useful unit in Age 3, but still, I mean, he can't go cavalry heavy as in my mind. Migo can't, because these dops, 5-6 dops, can take out what 30 Ulans quite easily if he can get onto them. And the skirm and Migo and Breeze still has the skirm advantage. Actually, no, he doesn't. It's equal. But yeah, I mean, Migo obviously has a slightly worse army here, and
yeah, a bit slightly worse, but it's really pretty close. The thing is that Migo is sort of behind in the shipments just because he doesn't have it TP up, which is kind of a big deal. Okay, so now it looks like they're fighting. Some Ulan's joining the fight. Not sure there's really enough of them, but they're gonna at least bait the doppels forward so that the skirms and wagons can snap them
and
down.
9 Ulan coming at a nice time as well.
Yeah, so he's able to clean the dots before the Ulans come in, and then he can just snap the wagons. Look at these wagons just going down to the skirms so quickly. And then I think Migo's got it. He's gonna just fight. Just gonna set move on top of the stuff basically. He's just got more stuff and a better unit composition with the Ulans. Ulans are really good in Gem and Mirror, and now Brace is left with not much. He will have a shipment popping shortly, I believe, but still, in fact, yeah, the fact that Migo aged up earlier means he's got that third H3 shipment in earlier, even though he doesn't have a TP up, he still got 9 Ulans before, and that is actually what won him the fight, right? Just getting this 9 Ulan shipment.
Yeah.
And now they're poking again.
But the military difference there is quite large. I mean, as you said, 9 Ulan representing basically 18 population, so more than a difference. But he didn't lose all his Ulans, and I don't think Bruce has even got a veteran Ulan. No, he doesn't. So he hasn't invested that 400 resources in a sort of necessary...
Wait, are you sure? Can you show me his Ulans? Oh yeah, they're not. Okay. I'm not used to your quality. Like,
sorry.
We don't play with the same game. Like, I have kind of bad quality and it doesn't look the same. But
nobody seems to play with this sort of quality for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah.
Also looks like somehow Brace is a couple of wheels behind. He's also gonna be good for Migo. Obviously in the mirror, 7 skirms coming in as well. So Migo will soon have the skirm advantage, and now he's gonna catch that. And there's nothing Brace can do about it. I mean, he's got no units. I wonder if he's got something like Jaegers on the way, because it's really weird to me that his mass is so much smaller. He must have like the Jaegers popping shortly.
There's 5 war wagons popping at a good time. But again, look, these 2 war wagons are going to go down. There's more war wagons from Migo. There's 8 to 6. And there's just more skirms and more Ulans and more units on the field. If he gets Jaegers at the right time, there's Minutemen coming out just to try and defend him.
Yeah.
But these war wagons are just going down so quickly because of that melee resist instead of range resist you'd normally see on the Dragoon.
Yeah. And even if Jaegers pop now, which would be a good time, it's still too late because he's lost... I mean, Brace has lost so many units. He's taken such a bad trade. And now at this point, even if Jaegers pop, Migo can just go back and be just ahead.
Yeah, he can't snare. I mean, Jaegers don't have that Ulan
right
when it comes with it, so he can't snare in the slightest. And
you see Migo just playing it safe and pulling back because he just cleaned up. He doesn't have any reason to overstay here. And there you see the 9 Ulans, but unupgraded.
Yeah, again, no veterancy on those Ulans, and veterancy isn't even coming in. I mean, there it is, there it's coming in. But that's a bit too...
something on the left, though. Was it a raid? In the middle, I mean, of the map?
Yeah, it was a raid.
Yeah. Okay.
Did he lose any units?
Catching...
Migo losing 7 villagers, though, so eco population is about the
7
same.
bills, yeah, but still kind of even eco at the end of the day, and he does kill some Ulans, so...
This is going to be huge.
And, yeah, this is...
I mean, War Wagon's not the best unit of raiding, but they're still going to do damage against the Vils. And
he's going to bring back the cab, though. He's bringing back his Ulans, so he's going to clean up all these Vils on top. Definitely. I mean, on the right, like in the middle here. Then there's a counter raid in the middle, so it's going to be a bloody... Gem and Mirror are always bloody. Like, it's always a bloody game when you look at that. It's just...
And Breeze just
Ulans still feel
resigning.
so fast.
There you go.
Yeah, GG.
So yeah, I think Mega maybe with a slightly better build, or maybe Breeze just didn't need to make dops. Dops against Mega's build were a bit too slow, I think.
It's like,
And
yeah, this build, the naked FF just doesn't work in German Mirror because usually, I mean, the most standard build is Cav Samai, right? And if your opponent just goes Cav, you just get idled so much, and then you're delayed by a lot. So, can you still hear me?
I
Wait.
can, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, the screen share was buffering, but now it's good.
Okay.
So yeah, the dubs just were kind of slow. They did some damage, but not all that much. And then Migo just got away with being kind of greedy. And the 9 Ulans just came in really clutch there. You can see it in the graph. Like that fight was really bad for Breeze.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those Nylons sort of Bruce had the higher population here. He had 67 units to 60 for Migo, and those Nylons just coming in, just wiping out those skirms. And again, he can't mass enough. Maybe if he had Jaegers at the opportune moment when he took a fight over here, he maybe could have come back into the game. But at that point, I think Migo was just on. Sorry, Bruce was just on the back foot the whole game after that.
Yeah.
Is your computer done doing its thing, updating? Is it still...
50%. No, it's not done.
So we'll probably have another game, I think.
I don't know if it will be finished before the end of the series, honestly. I mean, it's just taking so long. It's insane.
It's a bit odd, actually. Normally it doesn't take very long. Let me just put the donation stuff out, actually.
So next game is gonna be. It's gonna be. What is it again? Is it Grand Chaco? Nah, Grand Chaco is the last map. Damn it.
There you go, I posted it to you in Discord.
All right, Manchuria. Okay, interesting. Manchuria. So we might see. I believe Breeze has to lock first in game 2, and I could see India coming from him. Although it could also be Portuguese for the water potential, but we'll see. I guess hard to tell.
Apparently I've lost the, and I've also put OBS Studio on stream. That's good, isn't it? Let's delete that. There you go. I've lost the donation stuff, so someone's going to have to send it to me, unfortunately. But,
yeah, and I can't because it's on my other com.
Well, no, I have it somewhere, but for some reason I apparently just deleted all the stuff that I was meant to have because I thought it was causing my game to lag or something. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hopefully I can get that sorted. And let's join the next game. I'll tell them to take a slot out.
I'll have to be right back in 1 minute.
That's fine. I can do the start. So, Germany, Portugal, obviously... Oh no, Migo can't play Germany. So yeah, Portugal obviously one of Breeze's strongest civilizations. British on this map is quite good as well. There's 2 water maps. There's this one and Jebel Musa is one. Technically Iowa is one, but you wouldn't really go water in Iowa. So yeah, Portugal versus Britain. Normally, I think slightly Portuguese favoured on a water map, especially with Blues playing. We saw this. We saw Snow versus Blues on the same map. Not the same map. We saw it in Florida, which is slightly better for water actually. This map, in particular, not being the best for water. And yeah, I think Breeze may be slightly better in this matchup. I'm not entirely sure. So yeah, so it's a food start, I believe, because obviously port starts with one less food crate. So we're starting with 200 food, and hopefully we'll see. Wait, does I didn't realise that Portugal starts with 7 villages instead of 6. Was that just
Yeah.
wrong? I didn't know, but has that changed in EP?
No, ports have always started with 7 vills to just, I guess, make up for the fact they cannot ship vills.
Oh, I never knew that. That's something that's lacking in my knowledge. But yeah, this map, the start of this map is more about getting the yaks. There's quite a lot of nice treasures as well. There's 85 food, I believe, up here on the right. And next to each other, always next to each other. 90 food and 85
next
food.
to each other, yeah.
Wood. Which is really, if Brewers can find that, I mean, if both players can find that, it's incredibly nice.
They're fighting right now, yeah, but Migo was microing a 60 food, and he did get it, but he's gonna be lower HP as a result, and so Breeze is gonna harass his Explorer a bit. Not gonna kill it though, so Migo still has some freedom of moving on the map, but none of them actually are going on for the big wood treasures on top. Probably just did not scout them. So yeah, they're gonna go for the yaks, I guess. Breeze does have 3 yaks and Migo none, but there should be some more yaks in the middle left, like some batches of 2 yaks somewhere.
There's 2 here. There's 1 at the back here for Breeze. There's 1 at the back over here, and there's 1 down here. And there's also 50 food down the bottom here, which is also a really nice treasure for 1 lion. Are the hunts fine? Because Breeze complained last game about the hunts.
I think they're fine.
Yeah.
It's like sort of like Breeze kind of has 1 more hunt sort of, but honestly 3 is just enough. Like,
well, you check for the first 3. The 4th one doesn't really matter. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's just enough for boss players, I believe.
Well, I don't think Migo's going to complain anyway, so he's not the sort of person to complain. But yeah, I mean, yak-wise, Breeze ahead, but it's only 2 yaks, and there's so many on the map which haven't been claimed at the moment that it's impossible to really say who's in the lead at the moment. But if Breeze comes across these 2 wood treasures, which he's going to, as well as these 2 yaks, he's also come across the other one. So he's found both of these big treasures, 85 wood and 90 wood, as I was saying. It's basically a trading post.
Yeah, the Migo is maybe going to that direction as well. He's just picking that up and then gonna go back to the middle, looks like. So that's pretty good for Breeze.
Yeah, Migo killed the yaks here. He went past these 2 yaks and killed them. And so Breeze is going to come out and eat them, which I don't actually think is efficient, if I'm honest. But yeah, both players going up at the same time, which is to be expected. And just look at Bruise's deck. There was only 1 unit shipment, 2 organ guns, which isn't even a very good shipment anyway. And he's even got 2. Go ahead.
It does get better with walls, though. If he's walling up and shipping organs, he can hold a lot of infantry. But yeah, also no heavy cannons, which is kind of questionable, I guess. But that is a typical Kinesis deck, pretty much, where the guy just has only late game stuff, just a couple short-term shipments, like a few crates, couple, one unit shipment, that kind of stuff.
CM as well and stuff like that, just to hold.
Yeah, just extremely late game focused and water focused as well. But I think that was to be expected from Breeze Sports because he pretty much always does that. And I don't know about Migo's deck. Does he have warships himself to maybe counter that? Yeah, he's got all 3 upgrades as well. So his warships can get very strong.
Maybe Migo thinking this game's going to go late game as well, which is probably to be expected with this sort of matchup. With 2 infinite rockets. I don't know, maybe 3 rockets would have been slightly better. I don't know. It's thing is, once you've sent the card twice, it actually just becomes better than 3 rockets, doesn't it? So
kind of, yeah. I mean, you also sort of want to ship other cards and rockets anyway sometimes. Like, I don't know, let's say CAF Combat or that kind of stuff. Even if you're H4, you might need it. But eventually, yeah, if it stretches and you can keep spamming the rockets, it's definitely pretty good to have the infinite ones in deck. We'll see if it pays off. Maybe it doesn't reach industrial anyway. So yeah, Breeze does get nice wood treasures, which is going to help a lot with his water boom, obviously. And we see a TC. He's going to pull it back. Migo directly spotting the TC, going to turn his tower back to go maybe somewhere more aggressively next to the water, indeed. And wait, is it Migo's duck? Yeah, he will.
Oh, is this
Wait.
Migo's? What? Up here is Migo's dock. So let's see what's
Yeah.
units in queue for Migo. He's got a Caravel in queue, so he's doing the the GUA Caravel rush of, and he's gonna. You might even get down that town centre. How far away is it?
It's out of range. Migo
Is
needs
it?
to just push the water and stop trying to siege that down. It's just way too far. He's got 3 Vels and he really needs to use them to push now and stop like just trying to get the TC because it's just out of range. And he's gonna have some pressure potential, but then again, there's also 2 docks. So if Migo doesn't have like bikes or something like that, it's gonna be tough to get this dock down. Also using his broadside ability on the docks, which is kind of questionable because if Caravels pop now from Breeze, Migo will not have his ability anymore.
They can't pop from Breeze. Breeze just sending 700 wood instead. This is slightly too loud, I think.
Yeah, it's first card, but I mean he doesn't have a TP to be fair, but
I mean,
Migo needs to pull that back.
Migo's gonna try and get a dock here. And he's also got a barracks there, so let's look at units in queue. Musketeers in queue. I would have liked pikes actually instead. But that outpost again, look, the town centre's sort of in the wrong place. If a town centre was here, it'd be huge. I mean, there's a Caravel coming out, but it's 2 Vels. It's big on its way. I mean, if you can get this Caravel down before the 2 Vels come out, it's going to be in a nice position. Oh, that Caravel going down is bad.
Migo should have pulled back one of his Caravels and keep it next to the TC and just repair it because now he's behind in the Caravel count.
Yeah,
but maybe he can train more Caravels himself. And 5 pikes would just be so much better. Like it's much cheaper and just
And there's 2 Caravels as well, but he's going to get denied these 2 Caravels on the water. And there you go. There's only 1 left, and it's going to get shot at by the TC as well, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe that's why he doesn't want to repair. Maybe it's too close from the.
And another Caravel, 4 Caravels coming out from Boost. He can't contest this on water. But
yeah, I mean, it's still not too bad for Migo, right? Because it's kind of an overreaction. Maybe for Breeze getting 4 Caravels, he might even go for the warship upgrade or something like that. We'll have to see. So, you know, it's sort of just slowing down Breeze a lot. Although that second duck from Migo was probably a waste of wood. He could have done something else instead. But yeah, all things considered, it's sort of a close game so far, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Migo sort of slowing down Bruise's economy, as you were saying. Normally, your schooners, you'd see probably a difference here. But
that Caravel next to the Breeze TC.
Oh yeah, it's going to go down.
It's
got 50 HP and the...
It's gonna go down now. Migo playing this kind of sloppy on water, not the greatest warship control. He sort of wasted 3 Caravels so far. If he could have kept them alive, it would have forced Breeze to keep investing more on water. But now Breeze knows he's got the water control. And even though he made 4 Caravels, if he can clean up the whole water, kill 3 Caravels, kill 2 docks, kill an outpost, then Migo, Breeze is just ahead at the end of the day. So this is not looking too good for Migo, in fact. Although he's gonna try to age up now.
Yeah, and I mean, Mana Boom's not too strong at the moment. Only 120 after this is finished, but he does still have the space to get more villagers in. And if Migo can age up, he's got that strong 8. Oh, he doesn't actually have 8 villagers in deck. That's a bit disappointing. But he's got the figure. He can't really ship the figure though, can he? Because I think 4 Caravels beats a figure.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does. I don't think he should try to do anything on water just yet. He might just do it when he's got artillery as well. Then he could time push that. But for now, for the moment, Breeze, Migo has to forget about the water and just age up and maybe drop an artillery foundry in transition or something like that to be ready to train Falconets right upon age up and just go Musk Falk or something and just push the Portuguese gaze really, really aggressively. We'll see.
Yeah, and Breeze obviously does walling. That's like what he likes to do.
Yeah.
Is that a hole? Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's. I think we can. It's safe to assume units can go through that.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Breeze's holes. He got annoyed at me for saying he has holes in his walls. So, but Migo now going to start taking TPs at the top here. He does fund the 85 wood, which I assume he's going to take. I mean, there's no point not taking it. And I think he's just going to try and take the TP line himself, which is about 12 villagers. But again, look, Breeze is quite far ahead on Ecopop now, and he has Rendering Plant in, where he's more than likely going to send something like Whale Oil, which is such a strong card, and Yeah, I mean, Breeze's economy is going to just boom so much faster than the British economy, unless Migo can get artillery out, as you said, but he can't fast age, and Breeze is all. Oh no, Breeze isn't already up, but Breeze is about to be up, and with fast age, he's not going to be too far behind the British age up.
Yeah, they will be up at roughly the same time. Migo a little bit earlier, but not much. And I guess with the stagecoach, the eco is going to be sort of even. Still Portuguese favored probably, but roughly even. And the question now is going to be, will Migo use his window now to just do a lot of damage on land or even on water? I mean, just he needs to do damage somewhere really soon. So we'll see what he can do. Kind of confused. Migo still doesn't have any units on the field. I would have expected him to maybe train units in transition to progress so that his timing is stronger. But
Migo
yeah, not
walling
quite
himself.
Sorry, what?
Migo's walling himself.
Oh yeah,
which is interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
But obviously, as you were saying, Migo may be needing to put on the pressure, but he's getting up to the next stage himself. I mean, he can. I don't know what he's going to ship here. Maybe 1,000 wood or something, or even a frigate. And he just secures that water completely. Water can't be contested if he has a frigate in there. I mean, there's nothing Migo can really do. And even these 6 longbow, which are the only military, or 7 even, which are the only units on the field at the moment, can't really do anything. There's walls stopping them. Longbow having such pathetic siege.
Migo is going to go up, actually.
Yeah, he's going to go to next stage. But again, I mean, he has the late age 2 rocket cards, but other than the 2 factories, Bruce is just going to have the better eco, and Bruce, without shipping 1,000 coin, is nearly up to the next stage himself.
I think he's not even going to need to ship the coin. He can just go for the wood, which is just better for stuff. And he can still just gather the resources for the age up because he's got such a good eco. And it does not look very good for Migo at this point. I mean, it's just, I don't really know what he's going to do in industrial that is going to be scary enough for, like, Ports would just follow up and get superior units and just more eco and heavy. Now he doesn't have heavies in deck, but he can ship advanced fortifications and get bastion walls and towers, and then it's just very hard for Migo to beat that.
Bastion walls here, I mean, he's got basically 2 layers of walls now. I mean, they may be a bit scruffy and whatever, but how does he get past bastion walls? He puts down a couple of outposts as well. They're so dangerous. You need mortars or something like that to defend against it. And Migo now doing the opposite to what he needs to do, maybe. He's walling up himself, maybe suspecting some Fortress Edge play from Breeze, which just isn't going to happen. Let's have a look at what they're going up with. You have a Tycoon for both players, so that's 1,000 coin, which is the most efficient shipment you can send as well. But I think Migo walling here, maybe it's like a bit of a mistake. Maybe he just needs to pressure. Look at the eco difference, 43 to 68, and that's even before Breeze gets out his 4th town centre, which sort of is when Port just power through the villages.
Yeah, then there's a stagecoach, so it's like roughly 70 to
50.
47
no.
or something.
Oh no, 57, yeah.
But it's, the fishing boats are not the greatest bill usually. Like, they get a slower when they have rendering planned, and he doesn't have the 2nd fishing upgrade, which is a mistake. But still, they're gathering pretty fast. So I think they're equivalent to Vils now, probably. And so yeah, Port's definitely ahead in eco. And now the question though, like, the eco doesn't matter so much for the time being, as long as Migo can do a lot of damage just now. But he needs to do it quick. He can't give too much time to Port.
He's also losing quite a lot of villagers as well. 4 villagers going down for Migo from this sort of maybe a fifth. Yeah, 5th villager going down, and maybe sacrificing a couple of husks, but Breeze obviously doesn't care about that with his superior eco. And Breeze up to the industrial age at the same time. I think Breeze also went up with the... Did he go up with Tycoon? Yeah, he did, but he has 2 organ guns. Did he ship 2 organ guns?
No, I think he aged up with them.
No, he didn't, because he went up with a Tycoon with a gold.
Oh, yeah. So he trained them.
Okay.
So he's going for artillery, because artillery plus walls is a good unit composition. So You know, if he gets Skulls and artillery and goons, then there's not much Brits can do about it.
Yeah, and he's going to get that factory up as well as Eco's going to pop even more, as the factories are saying for Breeze.
And also the thing that Migo is going for sort of this
The same
arguably
build.
somewhat superior, but also slower unit composition. So he's just going Longbow Goon, which is really strong, but also really slow. Like you don't have any siege, you don't really. I don't know. Like I would have seen some Falconet artillery push, which is kind of inferior eventually, maybe, but it's still like it's just for the tempo. You have so much siege, so much pressure. Opponent has to react, and it's just much scarier than Longbow Goon, which is just so slow. And yeah, I don't know.
Breeze at the
Because
same.
also,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to say also that Breeze has a monitor now.
Yeah, so he's just going to use that to shell stuff. I mean, thankfully the factories are so
Yeah.
far away. I mean, monitors are nerfed in EP. They're only 60 range instead of 100. Oh, no, 70 range. Sorry, not 60.
But just gonna be an annoying warship there, just denying
Yeah,
the wood gathering, the hunt as well. Just gonna be able to maybe get the walls down to just scare Migo. You know, like oh, you don't have walls anymore. I might just push there. You could also train a galleon and just spam units into Migo's base right now. Either way, the gun's going on top of the organ guns, so that is pretty bad for Breeze here. But the mass of Migo is really not scary at all.
yeah. I mean, I think they're sort of fighting over this TP because Breeze took this one over here, so
Uh,
he needs to hold on to it. But again, I mean, does he need to go back with his longbow? He's only veteran dragoons, and longbow so powerful against anti-cavalry. But again, more walls coming down from Migo. So I don't really know what Migo's doing here. I'm honest. He's behind an eco. He just sent a shipment. Oh no, he's got mortars out. 6 mortars, or is that 5? It's 5.
What? That is weird. I
And
mean, I don't know what he wants to do with 6 mortars.
is he gonna try and mortar the ships on the coast and then try and take the water again?
Yeah,
Maybe.
but I don't know. Even if you do that, let's say you even contest the water at this point, ports are just gonna be ahead on land anyway, right? Like meanwhile, while you're making 6 mortars, ports can just make I don't know 20 hussars or whatever, really, and just push you really hard. So it's a huge investment. These 6 mortars are really a lot. They might pay off though, but I'd be surprised if they actually achieve that much. Uh, Also, because Breeze can just train a second monitor and just snipe these mortars down with the ability.
4 coals as well. I mean, look at this artillery mass. I mean, these mortars. I don't know. I think I would have preferred falconets over mortars, really, and just push with falconets. 2 rockets even coming out. So he's got a huge artillery mass. Look at this artillery
Falcon
mass.
kind of useless against frigates and monitors because of the range.
Yeah,
So,
but
so I get why he went for coals and mortars. Like this is a very scary anti-water army, but it's just got nothing. Look at the military unit pop. There's 90 pop as well for uh, Breeze, but he doesn't have a bunch of culverins and mortars, right? So he's got an actual massive real units, and he's just pushing in Migo's base now. And what is Migo gonna do about this now that he invested so much into artillery? He's just gonna lose his factories probably, and then it's gonna be maybe just GG, right? The water doesn't even matter at this point if you're just gonna get wrecked on land.
And even then, these Cassadors, maybe not the most efficient units, not as good as normal skirmishers, but their guard and the longbowmen just aren't. I mean, these 2 rockets are really nice against these organ guns and whatnot, but he might even lose his factory, and that's huge.
Yeah. Oh, the organ guns got such great volleys on the longbows, and even on the goons. Organ guns, when they're protected, are actually really good. No matter what people say, like they kill everything. They kill even Cav as long as they're protected, which is sometimes hard to do. But I think Migo just sniped them with his rockets. He sniped some of the organ guns, and the rockets do get great volleys there. But meanwhile, the goons going on top of the rockets themselves, and it's
Yeah,
really
GG, because
yeah.
he didn't have anything to defend against the goon mass, and what is it to stop with the superior eco? I mean, maybe these mortars, as you said, maybe a bit of a mistake. Maybe he just needed coves instead. Coves would do the same job, and they're more useful against stuff like organ guns.
Yeah, I think he just should have tried to push really quickly on land and not like he just played into Breeze's hands at this point, really. Like
this was just so slow, and you see Breeze is over gathering so much, and Migo never really pushed on lane. Like he never ever pushed actually on lane, and all he did was try to contest the water, and it failed. And yeah, just not a very close game, honestly. Didn't really feel like there was any point where Migo had a shot at winning, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, that is going to be 1-1 then, and now Migo has to pick first on Jebel Musa, I believe.
Which is another map, which is water, but it's not as good as this map for water because it's quite hard to defend because it's sort of away from your base. And I forget, we haven't got the reset after this one, have we? The reset's the next one.
After this map, they can play, yeah, they reset.
So Breeze can't play Portugal, and obviously Portugal one of Breeze's strongest civs. But there's no other maps which Breeze sort of wants to play. Oh, I just joined what I shouldn't do. There's no other maps which Breeze wants to play water on, really. I mean, Iowa we only have a map with water on it, but you can't ship anything on Iowa, and it sort of maybe a bit of a pointless map to go water because there's only a couple of fish on each of the lakes.
All you can do on Iowa is basically just lame with warships. You can't actually fish, you can't ship anything. It's not, yeah. You can do that in late game, but that's it. It's not super relevant. But Jebel Musa is not the greatest water map, and indeed, Breeze cannot play Portuguese game, which is definitely his main civ on water. He might be able to play water with another civ, though. We'll have to see what he picks. But first, we need to see what Migo goes for. And yeah. This is a map we haven't seen so much recently.
I like Jebel Musa. Again, I think it looks like a gingerbread man. A lot of people think it looks like something else, but I don't know if it's fair. I'm not 100% sure if this map is fair for water, because just from looking at the picture, the sort of brown dots are the whales, and they're all on the right side. But I don't know if that rings true. But if
they kind of spawn randomly, yeah. I'm not sure the waves are super fair. But either way, the water is not too great. Yeah, it's kind of always in range of culverins. So warships are not that good here, not as good as on some other water maps maybe. And I don't know how much fish there is. There's quite a bit of fish, but not a ton either, I guess.
So yeah, I don't really know if Breeze will go water here. I mean, what other servers has Breeze played? Japan? I don't know if this is a particularly good map for Japan because of the Stagecoach. And it's quite a small map actually, so it's not great for Japan. What civs does Breeze play? As I don't really know.
Breeze mostly plays India. Ports, but then he can also play a bit of Germany. We've seen that already though. So now he's left with most likely some India, maybe some Japan. Maybe Russia, something like that, but not much more. And it looks like Migo is locking in Otto.
Yeah, Otto quite a good civ on this map actually, because you have the trading post line, which Otto basically needs to be competitive. And because the map is so small, as I said, you can rush quite easily, or you can play sort of a fortress timing quite easily. Fuck.
I need to come.
Oh, he needs to change to Divide and
Conquer. Okay, yeah.
Because he has like 10 different accounts for some reason, like Umiu.
Yeah.
But Breeze can still pick. He can't pick Port, and
yeah,
maybe Japan. I think Ottoman. You can't really play Japan against Ottoman, can you? It's not particularly good for Japan as a civ. So, what can he counterpick with Ottoman? I don't really
know. Yeah, I mean, ports would be fine. Germany would be fine, but he can't use them. Dutch would be probably okay-ish, although on this map it's probably already auto-favored. So I don't really know what you pick against Otto here, to be perfectly honest. Maybe China would win, but I don't think Breeze can really play China. I'm thinking, but yeah, it's not. Maybe Spain does fine. France would do okay, but then again, I don't think he plays France or Spain. So there are counters, yeah, like China, but I don't know if Breeze really plays China.
I haven't really seen him play China, honestly. Obviously, Breeze may be more of a team player, so he plays sort of India, Japan, Portugal, as we were saying. But I've honestly never seen Breeze play China. So let's look at his decks, because he's changing his deck now.
Yeah, looks. It's also kind of scary, right? When you pick your Civ and you're like, I need to deck. It feels like he doesn't really play the Civ so much, and he needs to actually have a deck in there. And yeah,
that's not a great deck.
I mean, he's got old hand, which is arguably useless. He kind of misses cards in H2, I guess, because you might want a couple more cards there. But it's not a terrible deck either. He's got the most important stuff. Does miss infantry combat too, though. 13 Shukuno.
13 Shukuno is a bit useless. It's not a particularly good card. In the,
I think it's
what is that deck?
Yeah, he just tried stuff, I guess.
What is this card? Team War Academies, Barracks, Stables, and I've never seen that card in anyone's deck. What's this one? Houses have more HP.
All the cards, all the weird cards, just to test the effect of them or something.
Yeah, Great Wall being one of the worst cards on EP. It's dreadful. Basically, it takes your villagers when you get the upgrade from. When you get Bastion, it takes your villagers like 5 minutes to build a wall. It's ridiculous. And
because it slows, it increases the hit point, but slows. Yeah.
So it gives you like, because EP walls are so weak, it gives you an extra 1,500 hit points on the walls, but they take like a ridiculous amount of time to build. It's insane.
Yeah, might as well ship improved buildings, right?
Yeah, it's 65%, but it's all buildings, and it doesn't make them
40.
slow.
It's only 40, which is not
40?
OP, but you know it also boosts all your other buildings, so it's definitely better. But anyway, yeah, so we're going in this game 3. It's 1-1 so far between Breeze, aka Ageofkiller, and Migo, aka Divide and Conquer right now, I believe. And then Jebel Musa, auto against boss.
And it's a coin start, so obviously for Iroquois.
Wait,
what?
He didn't go. No, he didn't go China. He went Euro. My bad. Sorry.
Why was he picking China? I'm a bit confused. But yeah, Iroquois, as you said, maybe one of Bruce's strongest tips. I know he plays it against you when you play Port quite a lot. But obviously Port Iroquois is a bit of an unfair matchup. Oh, I don't know what happened there, but Bruce going to get 50 food. Not Bruce. Migo getting 50 wood, which obviously is a nice treasure. Actually, this map has quite a lot of nice treasures. There's normally a settler treasure over here for Bruce if he finds it, which would be nice. And I think there's a bugged treasure here. Oh no, it's in there.
There's a treasure that Nick post, interesting, but not the greatest spawn. Maybe usually you can expect to find 90 wood, 100 food maybe. Depends on the spawn, but this time not. Yeah, Bruce is gonna get the Guild treasure, which is in the corner. That's really lucky for him. So that he's just gonna have an entire extra Guild the whole game.
Yeah, evening out sort of at TWC negative. You only start with 5 villagers. So Bruce's gonna get that villager quite easily. I mean, he gets the tiger, the tiger's nearly dead. But there's nothing really to convert for the TWC civs, which is normally what you want to do. There's no Renegados, which are really strong units. There's only really tigers. I think tigers are probably the strongest here. Or these rhinos actually aren't bad. That's 400 HP or 300 HP on the unit. So, but what do you reckon Migo's gonna do here?
I think a standard way to play this matchup is to just go for some sort of Avis Chan play with the stagecoach. Eventually, age up after that, something like that. But you might also see just an FF from Auto. It's also kind of viable. I think we'll see Euro just going FF themselves. But yeah, I would see just Avis Chan with the stagecoach and just trying to pressure. Because like it's kind of like Euro can't really play H2 just because Avis Chan sort of wrecks everything Euro does. They can't really mass Kanyas, right? So they have trouble getting a big mass of Cav, which is kind of what you want against Avis Chan. And the Ainas are nice, but they have a terrible shooting animation, which means they get hit and run to death by Avis guns. So Avis Chan just kind of digs on Euro really in H2. So you kind of have to go fortress yourself. which means it gives time for Otto to get a stagecoach and pressure you.
Yeah, and Otto going up with the quartermaster, which is the wood politician, if I recall, and Bruce going up with a messenger, so the speedy one, the 45 seconds.
Okay,
40
so
seconds.
Gonna be quite aggressive. That's one way to do it, I guess. But if Migo plays carefully and goes Avis Jan in his base, I think he should be totally fine defending that.
Yeah, and obviously Ottoman getting his TP early. I mean, this middle TP is going to be a bit of a contention. He's probably going to try and get a TP of his own, but he's just going to go forward with the Trevor and probably go for a War Hut somewhere around here. And Migo's obviously not going to die, I don't think. But these two units coming in, they might just kill his Explorer, which sort of denies scouting, which he needs.
He's gonna die, but he will get the TP up. And scouting is not the biggest deal, and he's gonna see the Travo anyway, just barely now. So, and he's even gonna escape actually. So this is pretty good for Migo here. Could have gone much worse. Well, he's gonna die maybe actually, but he might just age just in time.
He won't die. He won't die. Even if he does, he's aging underneath the TC line of sight, so he'll just be put back up anyway.
But yeah, so that second TP is sort of unfortunate, right next to the War Hut, but still, he was able to get 2 TPs up. He was able to scout the War Hut. Breeze is only now going to drop a TP. And yeah, I mean, if Otto can just start Jans, he should be all right against pretty much anything that comes. And then add Abus guns and just be okay, right? And I think this is not how you play it as hero. I don't see that working, but we'll see what Brice can do. He's also starting Tomahawk, which is, I guess it's good to siege down the trading post, but they're kind of bad against everything else. Like you kind of want Inaz against Otto, I guess, just because you're gonna go Abus Jan anyway. So I'm not sure about Tomahawks here.
Yeah, the cannon going to come out, going to snare that Explorer. But again, these Janissaries are just going to come out and... I mean, they're not the best units against cavalry, but as you said, Iroquois can't really mass these cavalry because they're so expensive. 105 Jans coming out as well. So even though he's got a bigger mass at the moment, those Jans are going to pop in just a second. A nice area of effect shot off of
Yeah, although he's sort of just overextending with his Jans. He should have been waiting for his other Jans to bob. Kind of wasting Jans here. Still should be okay, but not the greatest positioning here for Migo. Still though, he's gonna snipe the War Chief, and Breeze is not pulling it back, so that is kind of big. And then Breeze is not really left with enough units to keep pushing so much, right? I guess TC Fire. Oh, he's got 2 more Tomahawks, so that might be just enough, but not really putting that much pressure on Otto just yet. And Minuteman gonna pop. Yeah. 700 gold is weird because I don't have any idea what the hell he's gonna do with that gold right now. He can't age, right? He doesn't have any food.
Yeah, even 700 food probably would have been better just to have a Jan mass out, really.
700 wood and get an archery foundry.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce is going to come back and he's going to take the TP. But I don't think an awful trade for Migo, actually. I mean, Bruce sending 2 shipments, and has he sent the big button? He hasn't sent the big button. That is something that Bruce has got on his hands. But yeah, I mean, these 3 Kanya are so weak. And what does he do against Abbas now? I mean,
but there's no foundry because goddamn 700 gold on the field, and I don't know what Migo is trying to do. Maybe he just follows up with 700 food and ages up now. Maybe that's the plan. But for the time being, he's just stacking his gold because he has no way to spend that gold with just 1 barracks.
No, I mean, Aina coming down as well, which are obviously incredibly efficient units, 100 food each.
But was it just a click or something? Maybe just
I think what he did is he was expecting to have enough wood maybe to build an artillery foundry and just sent it early. Like as soon as... Actually, no, but he said 5 Jan first.
A stable as well. Please cancelling, but I don't like that he's dropping it in front because it might just be denied. It's kind of risky. You always kind of want to drop your artillery foundry in the back because it's such an expensive building, and it also reveals your plan if it gets scouted. So...
Bruce getting such... Yeah, but again, Bruce getting such pathetic, pathetic grips. We only got 2 Aina out from the War Hut. Yeah, it's awful.
To be fair, it's kind of what you get sometimes because you need to chop for houses. You don't. He probably doesn't even have hunting dogs. He didn't ship 5 bills, so the hero eco is actually really, really not good. He's getting a hunting dogs now, which is also maybe why he got this awful batch, because it's quite expensive to get a market in hunting dogs when you have such a bad eco. So kind of too all in maybe from Hero here, but if Migo overextends and pushes out before Abus, it might work. But the thing that 5 Abus is sort of gonna just dominate the entire Hero army at this point. What do you do against 5 Abus there? They just kite everything to death.
Yeah, 5
Doesn't have
Abus,
Kanyas, so
18 range as well. No Kanyas on the field. He does have Kanyas. He has 3 of them.
I mean, yeah,
But
he
doesn't have
essentially
enough.
doesn't have, like, these Kanyas die before they reach anything really. So he would need more of them.
Does he want to overextend now? I mean, maybe he needs to wait for basically another batch of.
Oh well, he can poke. You know, what's Hero gonna do, right? He knows he got a window because Hero definitely doesn't have a stable. He definitely doesn't have more Kanyas on the way for the time being. So you know, he can just poke and get 3 kills, right? Look, he's killing just some tomahawks for free. Maybe gonna lose 1 Abus or something.
Oh, Kanya, he needs to
careful
pull.
with the micro.
There you go. I mean, yeah, only through Kanya. There's another batch of 5 Jan. What does he do against 10 Jan? 10 Abus. It's so powerful against basically everything he has except for these Kanya. But these Kanya are basically dead anyway.
Oh, and the Explorer gonna...
Oh, that's huge.
Oh, that is huge. Giving a shipment to Otto, basically, and I mean...
Losing any
helping
HP
him get
as well.
his next shipment, and just getting so many free kills. What the hell do you do here as Hero? I think you just resign. It's impossible without a big mass of Kanya to deal with that.
Yeah, I know, like...
Look at the Abus are just totally wrecking the Hero army at this point. Yeah.
Maybe Bruce needs to try and age up, but obviously he's not looking at the resource totals there. He's nowhere near aging up, and Mega's just going to have another batch of 5 Abus guns, especially with a 4 Abus guns even. And he's just going to decimate this war hut completely. Even though he's making more and more hyena, there's no corral anywhere to speak of from Bruce. Oh, there is actually. There's one base, but he's not making Kanya. He is walling, so maybe he's going to go for a long game, but it doesn't really work because Ottoman just gets the TP line again with 600 wood, and he's completely fine. I mean, there's a lot of Aina just going into his base, but Aina obviously faster, 5 speed. But if Abus just get into contact with him in the slightest, he just decimates the whole army, and then what can Bruce do to stop it?
Yeah, Aina raid is interesting, but not really gonna accomplish so much. Maybe gonna buy some time, but yeah. It's not like Hero has a much better eco than Otto, right? If you take into account the fact that Otto trains vills for free and that the units are much better, I'm not sure buying time achieves anything at this point. But he will be able to age up, I guess. Oh, nice wall, but a bit too late. And
he's going to get walled. Oh, there's a gap at the end.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, it does slow him down a bit, so he's going to get a couple of shots off, at least.
I guess it's worth it just because he's going to kill 1 or 2 Aenas, which is definitely more expensive than these little wall segments.
Yeah, 10 wood for basically 4 or 5 Aenas isn't too bad.
No, it's really good. So yeah, I think Otto has a commanding lead right now. But yeah, now come the 3 Haas, so he might even clean up the whole Aena mass at this point. And even if he doesn't, he's got, like, Breeze might escape his Aenas, but then how is he gonna hold that army? And he needs to slow wage as well, which is a killer right now. I mean, really, it's gonna take a whole minute and 30 seconds still now for Breeze. From this point now, he still has a minute 30 where he has to survive while aging, and then he's gonna age up with the Travois and probably the Wise Woman crates, which are gonna be totally useless just at start, and the Travois is probably gonna die as well. So he's just fortifying with some war huts, but I don't think he can handle this auto army at all.
I mean, Mega needs to sort of be careful though with these hustles.
Yeah, he kind of needs to keep them alive for the snare.
But he's just going to lose all his houses. I mean, he's not too cherry on the housing population anyway. He does lose his only 1 house left. But if 1 more house goes down, I mean, Bruce doesn't have any gold. He's now selling gold to buy, selling food to buy wood. But this corral going to go down. There's nothing in queue from the corral, I don't believe. No, nothing in queue. More Abyss guns on the way for Migo as well, which is going to, another batch of 5. I mean, he's getting basically 5 batches of 5 Abyss guns constantly. I mean, his eco's going to die down now and his mass not grow so much. But all these houses going down is huge.
Yeah, and the stable as well. And now Migo can even follow up with 600 wood and just get the TPs back and stagecoach maybe, so that he's got a really nice eco. But either way, yeah, it's gonna be very tough for Eero to deal with that. But I kind of feel like Otto could have right-clicked TC, honestly. But yeah, well, he's still doing a lot of damage, and now the Travois is gonna pop somewhere, hopefully for Braze on top, so that he can escape it. So it should be okay, actually.
Yeah, it's on top.
But he
So
needs to gather all the crates, which is kind of awkward. It's not really what you want right now. He would have liked to age up with units, but you can't do that as Eero unless you go for the mantlets, which are horrible, especially against David.
This Explorer's gonna die again. Instantly.
Yeah.
There you go. Basically another half shipment or a third of a shipment to a single
Breeze
dragon.
placing down his Warhat in base instead of sneaking it on the left. He should have just sneaked it away from the base because now it's dead. And yeah, so now the forest brawlers can only pop from the TC. There is no other shipment point, which means that they will get caught most likely.
Yeah, if he gets forest brawlers out though, I mean he has done quite a nice massive tomahawks here, and there's the forest brawlers coming out. But they're just gonna get killed. If Abbas can get up to them, they're gonna get killed. He needs something to snare. If he only had those husks left, he'd be in a better position, Migo. And as you said, he could have just circle sieged his TC and stopped the age, and it would have been GG like instantly. So
yeah, he could have just kept his Abus around the TC because you know he's gonna ship forest brawlers, right? What else is he gonna ship just now? So if you just keep your Abus next to a TC instead of sending them away, you can make sure you kill all the forest brawlers. And by not doing that, Migo is actually giving a chance to Breeze to stay in the game because he can abuse the extra range on these forest brawlers. Although Migo is doing a fairly good job at of focusing them down, and
I have a huge amount of Abbas left. I mean, he only has 10 Abbas left. These Musket Riders coming out at a nice time. Musket Riders obviously don't actually get countered by Abbas like normal skirmishers would counter them. But again, there's all the Aina going down. There's not a war hut in sight for Bruise. I mean, unless there's one down here, there isn't. So Bruise doesn't have a single way of producing any more units. And the big button now.
Yeah, so in fact, looks like Breeze is winning this game.
Especially, he's going to collect all the crates as well, so
he's won the game. Like, this is kind of over, actually.
Yeah.
I think Migo fucked up big times, not gonna lie.
He could have just circle sieged TC.
The hell?
That's a
this was so over. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. He just needed to circle around the TC, make sure he catches the 8 skirm, and then it's over, literally. But he just did a really poor job at abusing his advantage there. Like, this game was so over for a while, and yeah, there was such a long window for Migo to do anything he wanted, and he just didn't really, achieve to do that. So that makes it 2-1 for Breeze in this series.
Yeah, and I think Migo is sort of throwing that, honestly. But saying that, there is no more water maps left, even if this wasn't a water map. Actually, this map's quite good for water. There's 6 whales. But that doesn't matter at the moment because we finished it. But yeah, as I was saying, Bruise maybe being slightly worse than Migo water on land maps. But again, I mean, he's winning this when he was basically dead.
Yeah, I am actually really baffled that Migo managed to lose this game because he really had so much stuff and all he needed to do was really catch a shipment and then it's GG. And I don't know, but he just really threw his advantage there somehow. So yeah, GG. And now it's gonna be a silver reset. Wait, is my computer?
No, it's me.
No, I mean my other computer. It might be ready actually, so I might just come online.
Yeah, that'd be better.
That out.
Well, if it's ready, tell me. I'm gonna wait a second.
I'm just checking. All right, yeah, I'm gonna switch on my other comp and call you back and be online in a couple of minutes. See you soon.
So yeah, we're gonna wait for Kaiser. I'm gonna go quickly to the loo, and so you also have to watch them talking to each other. But yeah. So yeah, we're just waiting for Kaiser. He should only be about 5 minutes max. So that's what we've been saying. Saying that he's right there right now. Booze was talking to us a professor apparently. So it's gonna be Port versus Ottomans, which is interesting.
All right, I'm back.
Hello, how are you? Is the computer working well? Is it fine?
Sorry, what?
Is your computer fine now? Is it working?
Yeah, it's all fine.
So, I think we're going to go straight into the game. It's Port versus Ottoman.
Yeah. So it's Iowa now.
Yeah, Iowa. So obviously, as you said, Portugal not as it's not really a water map, is it? So Portugal may be an interesting pick here. I mean, both players obviously want to take the TPs. Portugal may be going for OTP, but I don't know if OTP works as Ottomans, as you can get 2 TPs as Ottomans incredibly easily.
Yeah, it's an interesting map. I mean, yeah, not the biggest fan of it because of all the chokes and the pathing issues. I think people know about that, but it's definitely an interesting map and not standard. And the TP line is pretty good. Like you get exactly 100 resources from each TP, which is very portable.
Is it 100 resources from each TP? That's interesting. So if you get Silk Road, it's 125 then, isn't it? Exactly. Which makes it easy to work out. But yeah, I don't know who wins this matchup. I think normally Ottomans wins Port versus Ottoman, isn't it? I don't know who it's favoured.
It kind of depends on the map, but it's maybe auto favored. But I don't know if Migo is gonna pick auto there because he's counter peaking now, right? So
yeah.
No.
Oh, he hasn't locked it. Okay. But Miko can play quite a lot of civs. Against Port, I mean, Germany obviously is very strong against Portugal.
yeah,
China.
China is also really strong.
Yeah, China against. I mean,
very good counter support. Sorry.
Yeah. As I was saying, Bruce. Obviously, he plays China himself, I think, but Migo's a really strong China player, if I recall. It's one of his main civs.
Yeah, it's definitely a civ he plays a lot.
I have no clue what Bruce is doing, but let's see if we can value him up.
He's just typing with Prince of Kabul, which is the manager of the SKG team.
Yeah. But he's been talking about his professor giving him hard pleasure, which
Yeah,
I don't really understand. I mean,
I don't know.
but yeah, as you said, China maybe being a sort of a major counterpick to Bruce's Portugal. It was obviously China like to sit back and base and get to Fortress Age, and I think it's sort of the same thing for Portugal. Portugal can be aggressive, but it doesn't really work versus China, I don't think.
Nah, not really. I mean, you can try to do some sort of H2 stuff and hope you can do damage, but ports aren't exactly the fastest, and China with a TP can just ship units and hold the pressure. So it's really hard to be aggressive in H2. It's also really hard to be aggressive in H3 because China is just faster than ports. And even if they go industrial, it's still really hard for ports to pressure in H3. It's kind of like, yeah, just a bad matchup. It feels like there's no real window for ports to ever do anything against China, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and we have a. Well, it doesn't actually matter what the start is for China, but it was a. Is that just a wood start? Oh. According to Booze, it's laggy.
I don't think I'm lagging right now on this computer, and my net is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm lagging either. I think it's just the start of the game.
Why you say laggy again directly after unposing? Like,
Wait, yeah.
Well, anyway, that's pretty much the worst start you can. One of the worst start you can get as ports against China because he got just a minimum amount of crates basically, and nothing. Just he does get the extra 100 food, which is nice because you want to age up fast as ports. But apart from that, he doesn't really get much from this start. So yeah, and looks like Migo is not going straight for a TP. In fact, just stopping to get the 135 XP, which is interesting.
I think that's probably worth more than TP pass. As you said, there's 100 XP for TP pass, and with those 2 black bears, it's basically was it 3 black bears? I think it's 3 black bears in that treasure.
It is.
It's
it is. Then you could also get it later. So I don't know. It's also not so valuable as China because you anyway have to delay your shipment. He's
Oh,
no,
we need
he
to check
can delay
hunts.
before his TP. Okay, so he doesn't need to delay his shipment, I guess.
We need to check hunts. I think they're in favor of Migo, maybe. I mean, Breeze only has
Migo
1.
kind of does. He got that, I guess, which is extra. They both got this and that. Like Breeze has the same, but there's this Bison Hunt. I don't know if it's worth a rehost. It feels
should we what do you want to do? A pause.
Yeah, nah, I guess you can tell them maybe, but yeah. The thing is, I don't know if we're gonna get any better of a spawn if we rehost. Unfortunately.
Yeah, the only problem is Breeze. Here you go. Breeze complained last time, so maybe we do need.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that this Bison Hunt from Breeze was a bit further away, not in range of TC. But yeah, oh well, let's just rehost that.
Yeah, it's worthwhile rehosting that, I think. Yeah, a bit unfortunate maybe.
Yeah, Iowa is not exactly a very balanced map, to be perfectly honest. It spawns quite badly. So that's why this spawn was not great, but it wasn't terrible either. And I'm afraid we might get worse now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And also Migo getting quite a nice start as well, which is obviously Breeze getting bad crates and Migo getting 135 XP. But but seeing as Breeze has complained before, I think it's better just to get as fair as a map as we possibly can.
Yeah, let's try. We'll see.
But as you said, maybe this map not being the most balanced map as a whole.
The hunts are a bit problematic on this map. Yeah, they tend to spawn in a bit of an awkward way. So yeah, we'll see though. Might be better now.
I mean, I think it's even worse.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Right now, obviously Migo has horrible hunts now. Like really the worst you can get, I guess. Like he's got 1 hunt and nothing else. So now we have to rehost again. That's the thing, right? He's just got the deer hunt while Breeze has 2 deer hunts. Yeah, we need to tell them why, because maybe Migo wouldn't rehost, so yeah, well.
That's my mistake. Well, Migo had literally 2 hunts and Breeze had shit tons, so.
Maybe Migo would have said I played anyway or something.
Well, yeah, that's my mistake, I'm sorry.
So we're going in again now. I kind of expected that, not gonna lie. That's why I was a bit reluctant to rehosting, but yeah, it was not fair, but you know, it's...
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
No, I mean, you were right. You're right to, of course, say when it's unfair. I just don't know how many times we're gonna have to rehost now to get a good spawn, so...
Well, in the newer championships, I don't know if it was your game, but one of the games got rehosted like 8 times. I think it was Rafa Diogo in the final, and he got rehosted on Deccan like 8 times. So
yeah, Deccan was terribly unbalanced, but that's because it's an RE map.
Yeah, and it hasn't been changed. I mean,
it has been changed a bit, but maybe not enough. So yeah.
What was the other map, which is an RE map? New England was also quite bad,
New England also was a bit problematic.
This is fine. Just from looking now, I think it's fine. Maybe not.
I kind of need to wait until I can move my screen around when it's done recording the game, and then I can check more. It does feel like maybe Breeze has 1 more hunt, kind of. I don't know. Like there's this, right?
Well, what do you want to do?
No, wait. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like it's a bit far. It's not like this can go in their TC, but it's definitely not. Migo definitely doesn't have it, right? So
I'll go with your judgment, seeing as you're the tournament player. There you go. Migo doesn't mind. It was better than last time anyway. But
Yeah, it's
Bru's
better.
going to get 80 food. Migo not going to go for XP because he didn't find it this time. I mean, he does find a set of treasure, so I don't think he'd be too unhappy with that. What are the coins in base? 50 coin and 40 coin. He gets the 2 best coins in base, which equally he'd be really quite happy about. There's a scout over to the right.
And did you see if it was an extra food crate at start or just?
It was coin.
Like, yeah, I know, but it can be.
I don't know.
Or 200 food in the coin.
I
Okay, because it makes kind of a big difference for ports. But either way, coin start not ideal for Portuguese. Not too bad either, but well, Migo trying to micro that. But there's Breeze not far behind. He's gonna spot that. And I don't know if Migo saw him. Probably not. So it might be a problem here. Although Breeze is
He's just walking off, isn't he? He's
maybe he just didn't see.
No, I think
maybe he just saw the Explorer and he just went back and didn't see that he was actually fighting Guardians, because there's no way he can steal it from the other side, right?
Yeah.
So,
and obviously he wouldn't sort of toss up a fish in here. Yeah, there is fish.
wait,
There's fish in the lakes. I didn't realise that.
there isn't fish. It's just like sort of.
Is it just
decoration? Does this work?
Yeah, that's a bit confusing.
Yeah, you can see it on the minimap. If you look at the minimap, you don't see any.
Oh, the little dots. Yeah, you don't see any dots. But
yeah.
Northern refugees coming in for Migo, so that's sort of that's standard. And to be honest, his deck is relatively standard. Maybe the 7 hand mortars, not too common of a card. But what is he trading now? I mean, he's trading for. I don't know. What is he missing now? Oh, he's missing intervention. Which is interesting.
Yeah,
normally you'd have intervention.
Intervention is a really good card, which you kind of want to have. But then again, against Portuguese, I'm not sure you really like intervention so much, because they don't really go for Cav or for Musk and stuff. Usually they just go Skirm Gun in H3, and so intervention is not the greatest. And I think the hand mortars are more interesting here, because Breeze is surely going to wall up, and you want hand mortars for the siege and the range. Can also counter organ guns and that kind of stuff. Can get a TC down pretty quickly. Can even counter some boats if Breeze makes a warship like he suggested in the pawn. But in fact, he's going for
TP.
Lakota. Wait, I don't know if it's a mistake or if he really wants Lakota.
So the Lakota, you get both the Dog Soldier and you get the. No, you don't. I don't know what you get.
Sure you do, but when you build it that early in transition, usually it means you're gonna rush with Nats, right?
Yeah, but he got ATP as well.
Oh, he's got ATP though, so it might be why.
Oh, that's a mistake. What you want to do in normally when you're nat rushing, if he is nat rushing, you wait until you're just about to age and then you complete the training post, obviously. But he's going over here for the Inca settlement. Is Inca obviously one of the strongest sibs with this card, this native treaties card? And
you do. It's a good trick to just like not finish your TP. But if you want to build 2 TPs, you kind of have to finish the first one, right, before you go to the second one, because he will ship native treaties, which will give him some free nets from the native post, right? But I like that he got ATP here, because it's pretty good with the nats and with the TPs. But Migo might be able to steal this middle trading post, maybe just because Breeze is busy building nats. No, he's not going for it.
What is interesting as well is what you have to remember is these Lakota Sioux, they have a Dog Soldier big button. It's 500 wood, 500 gold, and they're basically the same, if I recall, as the Sioux big button, aren't they? Or is it worse?
Similar. They don't have a multiplayer against infantry. They're like just regular cav, I believe, but they're just stronger than the Sioux Dog Soldiers, except they don't have the multiplayer. So it's kind of like a less specialized cav unit, like a more normal cav, like a Hussar kind of. And but it's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good, but it will come into play only later. Though he did ship the native treaties, so he gets 4 Dakotas and no, he trained 4 Dakotas, and he's got more from his TC from the shipment, and he's got Incas as well.
They're not bad units, actually. They're sort of like I don't know what they're like. They're sort of incredibly high HP. 365 HP in age 2 is really strong. But
although they have a really bad attack and really low range resist, so they're
not super good. They cost 110 wood, which is just so much. Like, it's so expensive.
What is interesting as well is this is the only EP map which has Lakota on it. The other ones have the updated version because in the War Chiefs they were taken out. Nilla, you still have Lakota, don't you?
Yeah.
So
Lakota is basically the Sioux. So they just removed Lakota when they got Sioux, right? Because they didn't want you to be able to train Axe Riders. Because obviously, well, Axe Riders are like the Sioux Axe Riders, right? But they have different stats, so it's kind of confusing. So they just removed them, I believe. They did the same for Aztecs and Hero Nats. But yeah, he's just gonna siege down that trading post with all his cav. They are not super good at sieging, and just giving time for China to age, I guess.
yeah, China go for 300 export though instead, so he's gonna get redcoats out. Maybe. Honestly, I think intervention, if he had it in his deck, I think intervention may be a mistake here because obviously against this composition he has, I mean, he's not going to make Bolus Warriors. Bolus Warriors are pretty crap units, if I'm honest. They're a bit like Charlottes, aren't they? But they do ranged damage and they're more expensive, if I recall.
They have an area of effect, and it's kind of a weird unit. They have a really short range, but they have area of effect when they throw their stuff. And they have a multiplayer against heavy infantry, and they have a lot of HP. It's a very strange unit. Not exactly a good unit. Not terrible, but not very good. And now, oh, maybe gonna no players reacting there.
Yeah, the redcoats do incredibly well against the Outsiders, especially when he ages. I mean, he's going to lose his villager for his sake. But I don't really understand what he's doing. I mean, Bruce has gone for this sort of aggressive build, but he's not going to get anything out of it. These Outsiders are not really very good at raiding. Maybe he should have gone for Huss. Obviously, that native treaty card, really strong. I mean, was it 4 Lakota Outsiders and 2 Incas?
Was it 3 Axe Riders, 2 Pikes, and 3 Bolas, basically. So yeah, it's a good card, but you do have to build 2 native posts for that. Although what we need to keep in mind is that indeed the upgrades on these native posts are really good later on. Even in the Inca settlement, you get insane stuff like...
The Incas ones are actually incredible. I mean, we have 20% speed on the infantry, so you end up getting like, I think it's... is it 4 point... No, it's 5.2 speed Cassador. That's like ridiculous.
5.4, yeah.
Is it 5.4, yeah. And then that mine work rate, if you can get it early, is basically like having amalgamation twice. If you get amalgamation
and
as
it's
well.
cheaper. It's cheaper than amalgamation, actually.
And especially for on this map as well, with the hunts being so scattered, the Lakota have the bison shipment, which is nice.
Yeah,
and I mean, nice. The cavalry training faster, maybe not so good, but you couple that with the Inca having all soldiers trading faster, and if you get both from you and you send you go to the church and get that card, you get basically I think you get instant training.
Yeah. You can train cav instantly with part of the, like, you get 25%, 40% from the Lakota. No, it's 25% from Lakota actually, and also 25 from Inca. So already, if you only get just that, your cav trains twice as fast. So with the church, it's almost instant, but you would still need the riding school to get it instant. But it's just 10% left, you know, if you get everything. So they train in like 3 seconds or something, or 4 seconds.
But honestly, I think this native treaties card is a bit of a waste. I mean, it would have been better just to get 700 wood out and get that that stagecoach up earlier. He would have got the more TPs up earlier. I mean, he does get he got the TP down, which I guess was nice, but he's just going to lose these Outsiders, and they're so expensive. 110 wood, that's roughly like what, 150 coin equivalent.
Bit less maybe, but yeah, it's quite a lot. I think it's safe to say they're almost as expensive as a Hussar, probably a bit cheaper, but not much cheaper. And also they're just bad. Like you can see how they trade. Like he had much more, and they just losing to Pikes. Although one of them is focusing the monk, that is probably why. But still, no, that was a really good trade for Migo here. And yeah, he did get the stagecoach kind of late because of that build order, but still. For now, Ports is sitting comfortably on straight TP stagecoach. He was able to wall up the left side. So he's got a really nice map control. TC on the right side as well. He's got 2 native posts up, which might be nice when he gets the Pisons and that kind of stuff. But yeah, he still needs to hold the Chinese fast industrial because he is going fast industrial.
Yeah, and this tower is on food, so he's going to get up even quicker. And then you build the, what is the palace? And I think it's 17 skirmishers. Is it 17 or is it like 15?
It's you go for the Confucian Academy
Yeah,
and you get 12 skirms.
Is it only 12?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem very much for.
But
I think it's more than that. I think it's more than 12. There's 12.
No, it's 12. It's 12. I'm sure.
Oh, that seems ridiculous. It's 10 for going to Fortress, and you get 2 more for going to Industrial.
No, it's 8 for Fortress. That's why.
Oh, it's 8 for Fortress. I thought it was 10. The shipment's 10.
10 is the shipment of them.
Yeah, my mistake.
What the age up? But yeah, he's going with the. I think it's a Confucian Academy. Yeah, definitely with 8 girls on it. So he plans on being really aggressive, and then he can just get one shipment in industrial, like the 18 Chengdaos or well, even the Rattans if he's got enough coin, and just push Ports really hard. And Ports is gonna. I don't know. He shipped 1k gold, but it looks like he's gonna stay Fortress. Actually, I thought he was gonna go industrial, but now he's just using that coin to mass. He's got an artillery foundry, so he's gonna train organ guns.
Yeah, 2 organ guns, and against just only infantry army. Obviously, it's just the export shipments and the ones in the.
Yeah, and they're just so
get decimated. There's a lot of musketeers here, and then are they faster? Has he sent that upgrade? No, he hasn't. So, this sort of time, musketeers being a slower unit. But if you get if they're faster, I mean you can't kite them with arquebusiers if you.
Yeah, that's true.
And although saying that Migo has a nice mass now, I mean.
Yeah, I mean that push is not very scary, is it? Like he's got essentially less mass despite China being H4, and that is why this matchup is so tough for Ports because China is just so much faster. But Breeze is just laming with more walls on the right side. He's just dropping so many of them, so. He might buy time. He doesn't have Bastion on the way though, so these walls don't matter too much. And if I think Migo can just get the crows now because he saw the organ gun and the crows, the H4 flying crows would deal with them just so well. So if he gets just the crows and pushes now, I don't. Well, Breeze got covering, so he's expecting that.
Hey, what about Migo? I know, like sending the 26 Rattan shields, and I think are they still bugged on EP?
Yeah. I don't know if it's really a bug or if it's just the unit is just so strong, but yeah, they don't get countered by goons. They do get countered by musks though, which is what matters now. But yeah, 26 of them going forward now. That wall is gonna go down in no time. Breeze is gonna come to defend it, and he might regret it because when the Rattans goes through, Breeze is gonna be in big trouble. There's no way he can take on that army, and he should pull back now. Although the choke is going to be very nice for Breeze here with the dead bisons and the tree and just a choke. Migo needs to go in.
He's going to try and snipe out these units, and he's just going to get on those organ guns quite easily with these. Basically, they're cavalry, aren't they? They're like Coyote runners. And these musketeers not really doing anything against them.
Yeah.
And now he's just going to run away. If we look at military units...
the MAMs?
Oh,
he didn't pop them in the TC. He popped them in base. So the MAMs are late. That is big.
And obviously these Rattan shields actually aren't too bad at fighting MAMs, and what MAMs exceed in is fighting against range units. And meanwhile, these Rattan shields being melee units, they're not going to kill the MAMs quickly, but most of China's anti-cav is just melee units, so realistically these musketeers just dying at the back, these Rattan shields soaking so much damage with
I mean, cover mode, they have 20%
it's basically
plus the cover mode, so
it's like
60, it's like they would have almost 600 HP basically, which is insane.
And Migo getting an incredible trade here, and even more units from Changdaos and arquebusiers are going to come out of the back here. A second war academy going down, and we're probably going to see. We have to see. What can Breeze send here? Flying crows from Migo, and Breeze can't really send anything. Maybe, 17 arquebusiers is such a strong shipment he's just sent there. And
Breeze is just gonna ship units and hope it's enough, but it's not gonna be enough. 17 skirms coming in, and they're upgraded. The upgrade is so cheap for China. The H4 upgrade, so these guys are just really rigged.
The Chinese explorer in H4 is insane. 28 damage, and he's basically a MAM at this point, isn't he? Even more so. He's got more HP than a MAM.
It's a MAM. Kind of, yeah.
2 more organ guns coming out though.
A dog trying to go up, but denied by Migo. I'm not sure why Breeze tried to drop it right here. Maybe he should have
tried. Oh, I think it's going to go up though. He needs to take it down before it goes up, but he's got quite a lot of siege heavy. These pikemen.
Oh, I mean, organ guns getting great volleys though.
Yeah. He doesn't have the cavalry he needs.
Vigo kind of wasting his stuff here, but I'm not sure it really matters because his organ guns will go down and Cassadors will go down. So at the end of the day, it's not too bad of a trade for Migo. And then he can go back to getting the dock. And even the dock, does it matter now that there's 2 flying crows here?
It's not.
I would just bring them here, just bring the crows here. And then if there's a warship, you just kill it instantly. And if there's no warship, you just stab the dock with them.
Yeah, and more organ guns coming out as well. I mean, but they're going to be completely useless. Against the flying crows. Flying crows being pretty useful units against organ guns because they have 28. Is it 28 or 30 range flying crows have?
It's 28 in H4.
But they do huge damage, don't they? They do absolutely massive damage.
They easily one-shot organ guns. Like they one-shot falconets for sure. So
they one-shot heavy cannons as well, don't they? Or is it 2 shot?
Nah, not quite. It's maybe 2 shot for heavy cannons, but definitely not 1. That would be really insane, actually.
And Breeze just resigning.
They deal almost 300 damage, yeah, to artillery. So they 2-shot heavy cannons. But yeah, that is GG.
Yeah.
It was just a matchup is really, really tough for ports. And maybe Breeze played it in kind of a weird way with the Nat thing, which didn't really seem to pay off, and just delayed his stagecoach by doing that. And yeah, not sure. Yeah, but either way, the matchup is really hard for ports. Like you can even see the eco is basically even. If not China favored because it's got better market upgrades and just the Summer Palace and the crows popping for free. Like you can see he's got a crow actually already from the porcelain tower on the left. So just so hard for ports really.
Yeah, and also one thing to remember is China gets on those rice paddies quite easily. I mean, Migo may be slightly having the worst hunts, as we were saying.
Yeah.
And Callan in chat saying... been quite vocal about Migo having worse hunts, but I don't think it really mattered at the end of the day. I mean, Breeze still had resources, but he was just pushed off everywhere he was. He had the stagecoach up and running, so slightly better economy, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Maybe he could have done something with that Dog Soldier timing, though. Dog Soldiers being so powerful against these arquebusiers and...
yeah, actually, that would have been really good, because it's the timing, I believe, is also 16 minutes, just like for the Sioux big button. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's 16 minutes for 6 dogs. So
it would have been 6, yeah. You can look now if you just click on the post.
Wait,
16. I don't know. Yeah, 6. So at 16 minutes, it's 6. I mean, he could have popped those out. I don't know how good they are, if I'm honest.
They are pretty good, but probably not enough to deal with the upgraded Chengdaos and the Redcoats and the sheer amount of stuff from Migo. Even the crows would deal damage to the dogs, and they could have been good, but maybe not enough. But yeah.
So yeah, 2-2. So going into the next game, the last game of the series, it's basically the game to win, and it's Gran Chaco, which is a non-TP map and no water map. It does have small ponds, but you can't really do anything with them. So a map maybe not preferred for Breeze. And India coming out from Migo, or I mean his other name is India Bot, so maybe he's I think Migo's a bit more favoured in this matchup, if I'm honest.
Yeah, this is a good map for India because of the livestock and the no TP as well, obviously, and some treasures are pretty nice. Although they're not the best treasures for India on this map. There's a lot of stuff like blowgunners, sometimes even pirates, or that kind of tough treasure guardians for India to kill, but still a pretty good India map. And yeah, we'll see how it plays. I mean, it's just yet again this same matchup that we've seen so many times. Russia against India, just such a classic on no TP maps at the moment.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, this matchup is a bit boring, if I'm honest. We've watched it so many times, but it's 50-50, as you said. It's maybe on this map in particular, India better. I mean, there's quite a lot of emphasis on that 100 food treasure, which for some reason I've spawned over. There you go, 100 food at the top right here. But I don't know what start is it at the moment as well. It's a wood start, so much better for India than it is for Russia.
Oh, is it a wood start? Yeah, that is really good for India. So but it's also a food start. So yeah, India is gonna be really fast food and wood is kind of really what you want. Then you can age up barely later than Russia if you set a couple of bills on your wonder. Because also something nice is that when you go for an agrarian base, it's in your base, right? You don't have to go middle map or something, so it's much easier to drop like 2 or 3 build and the wonder how many ever you want. It's not like you have to drag them middle map or something, so he might be able to age up really fast, and then it's kind of hard for Russia to do anything. We'll see though. So yeah, this is match point 2-2. Did you update the score? Just checking.
It is. I did update it. I've been getting better at it, I think. I don't know, but
that's good.
I think both players just scouted with 100 food. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, at least one of them have scouted with 100 food. But llamas, meanwhile, Mika getting a lot more llamas, 6 to 2, and there's a couple more to be even found. I think there's one over here.
Wait, what do you think about the hunt?
What have I just done?
What? Huh?
I've just broken my UI, but I have what?
But let's first check the hunts. What do you think about the hunts here? Maybe it's a little bit India favored. I'm not sure because there's this hunt in the back, which is quite big.
It is India favored, I believe, but I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 from India. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the next hunt is slightly further out for Russia, but obviously Russia likes to go forward, and I don't think it's too much.
Yeah, no, I guess it's okay. This is quite far actually, so it's not like he can bring it, and this is also in front and a bit far. I guess it's decent. Yeah. So yeah, and the mines are.
Okay, but yeah, I wouldn't want to restart now anyway because obviously llamas. Mingo's got 6 to 2. 6 for India is huge. It's really nice. That's nearly a TP, I think, isn't it, for 6 llamas?
Yeah, it's pretty much what you can. I mean, it's like half a TP maybe, but it's kind of like what you can expect because just India has 2 monks and they're even faster. They have base speed, so you can expect Russia to get no more than 2 llamas. If you're unlucky as Russia, you might even get no llama on this map against India.
Yeah, and obviously the wood start. You don't want to restart a wood start if even if Migo's got a slight advantage. It's a bit unfair to restart. I think just for something which doesn't really matter. I mean, the food is about equal anyway. But again, look,
I think it's good enough.
Migo getting 100 food, which is gonna be nice. Where is Bruiser's Explorer? I don't even know where it is. Oh, it's over on the left here. So Bruiser's going to get 60 food for himself, but obviously 100 food is better. And both players liking that food. Maybe he's going to go up 14 villas, isn't he? And if he gets that food, he can get a near.
He's maybe going to reset. Yeah, I knew that. Oh no! Oh, he's kind of lucky. I think Alligator is so far from the treasure, but he didn't reset. I expected it to reset there, but yeah. So 100 food. Well, 60 food is nice. It's only 40 less food, but I don't know. India clicking up before Russia, and Russia still clicking up quite early too. But with 1v on the wonder, India will be up like what? Let's say 15 seconds later max than Russia here. So really comfortable for India.
Yeah, especially I mean India's gonna have 1 village on the wonder, which is normal. Maybe he's going to put 2. And as we said, we've talked about this matchup so much together. I mean, as you're a proponent of starting Gurkha against Russia, and nobody has done so far. So
no, some have.
Oh, actually, no, I think Turk did actually. I think
Dictator did against.
I haven't watched that much.
Some way.
Yeah, I haven't watched that much, if I'm honest. So yeah, I mean. The blockhouse going down forward, I mean, it's quite obvious it's going to happen. I mean, you sort of have to do it as Russia. But some walls going for Migo as well, which is nice.
You should build one in here as well.
Just over to the right, yeah, between the market would be nice. And we're going to see 5 Cossacks, obviously. India going to be up about the same time as Russia, actually, maybe slightly later.
A bit later, 15 seconds or so, but not too much. Oh, Breeze going to backyard maybe? No, he's going back. He realizes it's maybe a little bit too far, and yeah.
And there's a villager there anyway, he can push forward. Mika going to get several servants, which obviously is 5% on all gathering. You're probably going to see the hunting eagles, hunting eagles coming right in, and the coin. I don't know what the coin upgrade's called. I'll be honest. Obviously Russian.
I know.
Flume and ditching or something, isn't it? I don't know.
But yeah, what do I want to say? Yeah, without this wall here, it's kind of, oh well. Can units even go through? I mean, between the Agra Fort and the TC, I guess they can, but barely. But if he pops his Gorkas here, they should be in sort of a nice spot. So, yeah, that is a pretty good building placement for India. Although maybe not perfect, but pretty good. Just one more wall would be really nice between the Agra and the market. But either way, it's gonna make it really, really hard. This wheel is not gonna die.
Oh, just by just an inch. How much health did she have left? Where is she? She's still in
But yeah, the Cossacks just can't really go on top of anything in this space. It's gonna be really hard. The only thing is that this Agra shot actually backherded Migo's hunt, which is a bit awkward. But and only 3 Gorkas out, which is somewhat disappointing. And I don't know why he's bringing them there. Why is he not staying in his little pocket there on the left, where his stuff is safe? Either way, though, I think India should be okay. He's probably gonna pop the sentries now.
Yeah, and there you go, sentries coming out. Those Cossacks are low HP anyway. There's quite a lot of fire coming down from the TC, 45 each shot. Consulate might get denied. Oh, nice wall there from Migo, saving a villager. That's
saving that bill. Yeah. So the Cossacks are all dead essentially, right?
And this elephant's just been doing so much damage to these Strelets. And with the Agra Fort, all these Strelets are taking so much area damage, they're basically dead. They're now going to die to villagers, I think. They're going to get shot at from villagers. Villagers getting into fights with the musketeers.
I think it's quite well defended here by Migo. He hasn't lost any bill. He even was able to keep his consulate going up. Now the Musks are gonna die. And let's check units lost. I mean, oh, he did lose a bill. My bad. He lost 1 bill, but that's definitely okay.
Yeah, single bill and only losing basically 2 sepoys in the sentries. Sentries not being the most useful things anyway after.
And some idle time, but not even too much idle time because Migo left his bill gathering the whole time, and now he's dropping a house to block that gap, so it's going to be even harder for Russia to come back in. Although I'm not sure about that second house here. But, well, anyway, he's got his table up. He's got the consulate up. He went for 600 wood, which is just standard, and then 300 export. So cutting the wood trickle for now, and going to be maybe a little bit faster to push out. And he's just got a tremendous trade. I mean, yeah, like we said, idle time, 1 bill, 2 sepoys and sentries for 5 Musks, 10 Strelets, 5 Cossacks. So.
Yeah, and he's going to go Gurkhazan, which is, I think, incredibly strong really against India, against Russia. Maybe he can mix them some sours there as well now that he's got a stable up. So, I mean, Russia hasn't...
Sorry, spice trade coming in for Russia. That is not a shipment you see so much. So he's playing it really greedy. He's not going to really have any tempo to push India so much anytime soon. He's also not going to be able to age up so soon. So it's kind of a really slow shipment. But then again, his villas are going to gather food 50% faster with hunting dogs, steel traps, and spice trade. It's a whole 50%.
Yeah,
which is
spice trade is quite an insane card, really. I mean, he basically has probably. I mean, the eco defense is quite large, but with how many ability he has on food with steel traps, he's probably about equal. Actually, not equal. Yeah, actually, no, there's only 4 difference. He's about equal.
It's about equal, and also India doesn't really have the greatest market upgrades. It's just got civil servants and the second food upgrade, and that's it. So it's not exactly the greatest eco for India, but he just held so easily, and now he's got all his infrastructure set up, and he's actually gonna age.
What's he aging with? Is that Chamlar Gate? I think it is.
Yeah,
it is Chamlar Gate. If it's square, it's Chamlar Gate, or the Tower of Victory slightly smaller. Yeah, and these 2 explorers staying alive as well, which is really important. I mean, he didn't lose them; they didn't go down here. They just did so much damage to the Strelets. And with the Agra Fort, I mean, the Agra Fort doesn't do a load of damage, but it is area effect damage. So it ends up adding up when it gets to fire a lot. And Russia's rush didn't really work. I mean, he's going to try and push him some Strelet here, but what does Age 2 Russia do against something like Mahouts?
Sorry, what do Age 2 what?
What does Age 2 Russia do against Mahouts?
Well, Cossacks and even Musks do okay. The problem is just that, yeah, 1 Mahout is kind of scary when you have this unit composition, right? Only 10 Musks, 10 bad Musks, and a lot of Strelets. And the Musk can get sniped by the Gorkas and even by the Dembaraks to some extent. He does have 5 costs to block them out, though. But, I mean, yeah, India's just going to be able to ship anything, really. 8 Gorkas, 9 Zams, whatever, even Euromis. and it's just gonna be tough for Russia to really deal with that, along with the Mahout as well. He does not kill any veal either. He's gonna attack the monks, but they're gonna tank a lot, and meanwhile the Gorkhas are sort of getting free shots. And more Zems popping as well. So India is 100% fine. Even if when you look at the graph, it looks really scary, right? It's like, wow, Russia has more than twice the mass. But in fact, I think India would totally win that fight if they came to fight, because he would just hit and run the Cossacks and then go through a gate somewhere with his Gorkhas and just be totally safe. And he knows it. He knows he's safe with his gates. So he's just going forward, even though he's aging and getting some free shots.
I mean,
and now the Mahout, I'm not sure India wants to retake that fight.
Mahout doing so much damage. I mean, I don't know actually, but Mahout doing so much damage and never even get hits. Yeah, it's just 66 damage versus Strelitz, so basically 2 hits and they're gone. And especially with Gardeners coming out here.
The Huts are extremely strong because they're like H3 Huts plus 10% HP and attack, plus another 10% from the consulate. So they're almost god Hussars. And they're just, everything is cleaned up, and this is GG, isn't it? I mean, what do you do here as Russia? India is just gonna get Euromis or whatever shipment, and you have just no units, so it's just GG. It's really GG at this point.
I mean, one thing Russia does have is India's hunts sort of running out. There's only one down here, and he's on berries, but obviously civil servant affecting berries, so they're not as slow as the European civs on them.
And he could get that or this there. He's even if he just heard them, you know. I don't know if he scouted them, but
someone scouted them at least.
Yeah.
There's the Inter monk is healing the gardens as well, which is nice. Obviously, just saving resources as he can. And what we're going to see for the first shipment from India in the next stage, probably Rumi or... I mean, siege elephants might not be the best shipment to send here, but he could just destroy this forward base of Russia, and Russia loses all the momentum they actually need. And, I mean, spice trade obviously affected the villagers quite heavily, but he's only got 6 villagers on food at the moment, so it's not even that useful. And, 2 Mahouts coming out as well. So, how does Russia at all deal with these Mahouts? I mean, there's not a massive amount of Strelitz on the field. There's no Strelitz on the field. There is Cossacks.
Actually siege so much for a cav unit.
Yeah, it's like I worked it out to about 6 musketeers.
Yeah, it's like 6 hussars worth of. 5 vet hussars worth of siege, but they are less expensive than 5 huss. So they are really good at sieging.
And they soak so much damage as well, like 1,100 HP and 30 range resist is insane.
And these Cossacks are dead. Some of them at least. I mean, they can't go anywhere. They're trapped in the corner of the map here, and there's Zemburaks coming on top of them. What Miko does need, though, is the Gorkha and Zemburak upgrade. It's not like it's super important right now. He's got so many units anyway. But soon he needs to consider upgrading his stuff to veteran. If he finished that war here, these Cossacks would not be able to go away. But unfortunately, he did not. Should at least delete them to get the wood back or finish them, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Russia is also out on the map now, obviously, for hunts, and there's going to be a big window for India to push it, like here.
And also, there's a Mansabar Gurkha now. I didn't actually realize until...
And Menzabda Zemburak as well. And he's getting the veterancy on the Zemburak, so they're going to be really strong.
Oh, nice. Can you get a Mansabar...
Yeah, Mahout, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen one though. So...
actually, like an Imperial Menzabda Mahout, kind of like 4k HP or something like that.
So you just use
because it got twice the HP of a Mahout, and the Imperial Mahout already got like almost 2k. So yeah, it's kind of a funny unit, really. It's like 2 or 3 mams, something like that. Oh. It's also extremely expensive though.
We've missed this. Russia's aged. I didn't actually see that.
I saw it, and I'm sorry, it's my bad. I saw it and I just said nothing about it. I don't know why.
These 2 cannons, I mean, there's a lot of Zemburaks here if we look at military units. And also, there's siege elephants as well, which we apparently didn't see.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't think it even matters. I mean, Zemburaks against musketeers obviously aren't the best unit, but they don't trade too badly against Russian musketeers, and these 2 falconets are just going to go down.
Yeah, that is probably going to be GG. I mean, the Mahouts and the... clearing the entire mass of masks. Migo microing this pretty well, and Breeze is resigning, so Migo wins the series 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, all the shows we've seen from SKG versus CMC so far have been 3-2. So overall, CMC up 3 points. But obviously, SKG not out of it now. But as for this game, I just think it was expertly done by Migo. I mean, Migo, as Migo says, the same as me. Migo defending incredibly well. I mean, surgically. So I think just he outplayed Bruce. I think that's the only thing to say, really.
It was still a close series. I think this last game was really well played by Migo. Then again, it's like a wood start. You get 100-foot treasure and you make walls. It's kind of really hard to lose to the Russian rush. So yeah, just a good matchup for Migo, I think. And the port against China was also a good matchup. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? I mean, Breeze didn't feel comfortable mirroring the India, so he went for Russia. So he can kind of only blame himself for the pick. Could have gone Miro, but he decided to go Russia, which was maybe it's a bit a bit overrated at the moment against India. I feel like Russia just loses, but we've seen so many times Russia winning that people feel like it's a good pick against India. But you can see, in fact, that sometimes it's just pretty bad.
I think it's because Russia's the easiest here, and India obviously defending is harder than being the aggressor, and I just think that's how it works, really. And just look at the military tab on the post game. Bruce only taking out 35 units, and Migo killing 99. I mean, that trade is insane. It's nearly 3-1. That's incredible. And even at the end there, I mean, he's got Mahounts, he's got everything he needs. Russia couldn't do anything. He was down, and Russia sending stuff like Spice Trade, I think, is just a mistake.
Spice Trade was weird, especially when he wanted to age afterwards. It was just slowing him down. I'm not sure that card ever paid off, and even if it did, it still cost him a lot of tempo.
Yeah, which is the only sort of thing he had at that point. He was below on eco, and he's sending an eco card. It doesn't really make any sense. And
he could have been up way earlier if he just didn't go for Spice Trade, or he could have just pressured more in H2, something like that. But that card was just meh, really.
Yeah, and maybe the map set not favouring Bruce as a whole. I mean, Migo even basically throwing a game, in my mind, the Iroquois game, Iroquois Ottoman game. He had it in the bag, all he had to do was siege the TC, and he didn't. So that's sort of a story of the...
but it was a close series. Good
games as a whole, it was a close series, yeah, and well played by both players. I think we're done now, unless you want to do a show match or something. I don't know.
I have stuff to do later, so I'd rather not cast a show match now. But if you want to get someone else, you.
No, I'm fine. I won't do anything. But yeah, that's us done for today. I think there's games tomorrow and there's games Sunday, so still lots more to watch. There's only been 4 games so far, and there's 6 games over the weekend. So definitely stuff to watch.
Indeed. Yeah, gonna be it for us then. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Goodbye.